Ashley, do you have a second? I have something I want to pass by you.
Hey sis, sure, what's up? I'm working another overnight shift now, but I'm on my break actually.
Geez, another night shift? That must be rough. Being a nurse sounds way too demanding for me. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, it's pretty demanding. There's always a lot going on, never a dull moment. But it's totally worth it. I get to help people and it's very fulfilling. It makes me happy. So what's going on? What did you want to ask me?
Oh, life is hard, especially for me. I'm a little low on money right now. You know how that is.
Are you serious again? It feels like we literally just had this conversation not too long ago. Wasn't it just a couple of weeks ago?
No way. I'm pretty sure it was last month. Yeah, definitely last month. Time goes by way too fast.
You haven't even paid me back for that yet. And now you need to borrow even more? I know it's not a lot, but still. What's going on?
You know how I am. I'm just tight on expenses and other stuff again. My job at Quickie Mart doesn't pay all that much. I'm living month to month.
Haven't we already discussed this several times? You can't just keep surviving on some part-time job at that place. You're almost 32. You need to find something more permanent.
I know. But still, I love the freedom that this job comes with. I'm a free spirit.
I get that, but still. You know Mom and Dad are super worried about you. They love you very much, but they don't think you're taking life as seriously as you should.
I get it. I really do. I'm serious about what I think is important. You know that. I don't need them to tell me how I should live my life. I have things I want to do, and they just don't understand. Gosh, they're always trying to run my life. I'm too old for them to keep doing this to me.
Come on, sis. You need to take a little more responsibility for your life. You haven't been able to support yourself ever. You're always borrowing money from me, and I'm 4 years younger than you.
You think I need you to remind me of that? I'm trying. I really am. I'm just not as smart or talented as you.
It's not even about that at all. You just need to focus more on what will make you happy in life.
Sure, whatever you say, I understand. Anyway, are you gonna lend me the money? I'm really hurting here.
No, I just can't. I can't keep doing this.
What? Why? You always help me out. Why would you do this to your own sister? I thought you loved me.
You haven't even paid me back for last month. You need to figure it out on your own. There's no way I can keep enabling you like this. It's not healthy for you or for me.
What do you mean by enabling? I don't even know what that means.
The more I keep agreeing to what you're doing, the longer you'll continue doing it. It's not a healthy thing to go through.
Your own sister is struggling and you don't even care.
It's not that I don't care, it's that I see you struggling and not fixing the root problem.
What's that supposed to mean?
I mean that you're not admitting that your current situation is not sustainable. You have to realize that and change it.
Fine, whatever you say. I was wrong for even bringing it up to you, thinking that you'd help me.
You're old enough to realize that that's not true. You really have to start thinking seriously about your current lifestyle. It can't go on forever.
I don't need you to lecture me. I'm the older sister here. You should treat me with a little more respect. You've always thought that you were better than the rest of us.
That's really not true. I just want to see you succeed.
The way you say things is so annoying. Why are you always like this? Just because you have a cushy, high-paying job, you have no right to tell me what to do.
You're always like this. I'm not trying to force you to do anything. I just want you to realize what you're doing. I don't want to fight with you.
You're the one that's wrong here. You started the fight, not me. You always do this to me.
Me? How is this my fault? If you hadn't had asked me to lend you money again, this would have never happened.
I knew you'd do this. Of course, I'm always the bad one. I can't do anything without someone criticizing me and my actions. Mom and Dad, too. They're always on me about something. I just can't win.
It's not about winning or losing. We care about you. I care about you a lot and don't want to see you struggle anymore.
Why does the world hate me so much?
You need to stop. This is not normal.
Even when we were kids, Mom and Dad always treated you so much better than me. Why do I have such a terrible life?
I don't think that's true at all. It sounds like you're just blaming other people for your situation. The world doesn't owe you anything.
I don't understand half of the things you're saying. And of course, my little sister becomes this fancy nurse and can do whatever she wants.
It's not like this job was just given to me. I had to go to school and work hard to get where I am. You're just making life way harder than it actually needs to be. Just accept where you are and move forward from there.
And look at me, your older sister, not even able to hold down a normal job. You know what? I'm okay with what I'm doing and where I'm heading. Like any of this is my own fault? If Mom and Dad had raised me right instead of focusing all of their attention on you, things would have been different.
How is this Mom and Dad's fault? What you're doing now is completely your own choice.
If they hadn't given up on me, I wouldn't be in this situation. When I left home at 17, that wasn't because I wanted to, really. It was because of them.
Are you really serious? Seriously, stop with this. You actually believe what you're saying to me?
Because it's true. All of my problems are because of things out of my control. If I could control more, everything would be so much better.
That thought process is how you always end up in your crazy situations.
Would you let me borrow money if I told you otherwise? Please, come on, Ash. You know how much you mean to me.
I've already told you a few times, but I've already decided that I will not let you borrow any more money. I just can't.
And you call yourself family. Fine, whatever, I don't care. The thought of me begging my little sister for money is making me gag. If I run out of food to eat and have to be taken to the hospital for malnutrition, it's your fault. I hope you have a hard time sleeping at night thinking about that possibility.
Come on, sis. You have to understand that I'm doing this for you. You'll be better off. Maybe not immediately, but long term.
I think the right thing to do would be to help your sister when she's in a desperate situation. If you're really worried about me, then help me now. That's the least you can do. I don't have time for this now. I'm gonna go to some PD cash at Van's place then.
I'm really doing this for you, so you finally realize you need to change things. Please just think deeply about this. I can help you figure things out, but not if you keep destroying your life.
Whatever. Thanks so much for yesterday, sis. I really appreciate it. I haven't had that much fun in a while.
Well, you stopped by without letting me know. It's not like I had much say in things. I was a bit surprised when you showed up at the door. I thought you weren't speaking to me again. If you had a good time, then I'm happy. Just don't make a habit out of coming over, okay?
You really don't know how to be nice to me, do you? I finally got to drink a little and let off some steam. I really needed that. It was great. I'm surprised that we never hung out before this. But your husband is awesome. He's so much fun. What a lucky girl you are.
Remember you stopped talking to me and the rest of the family for years? Of course you wouldn't know much about me. You didn't even know I was married until sometime last year, right?
Yeah, I guess that's about right. You know, I had a lot going on. I'm surprised that Jack hasn't given up on his dreams of being a musician. He's a free spirit, just like me. It's not every day that you meet another one of us.
He's not getting any younger. I think it's time for him to move on with his career too. I'd like for him to go and get a normal job. He needs to start taking responsibility for our family instead of relying on me so much.
There you go again! Always taking the high road. Always thinking you're better than everyone else. Anyway, I had such a great time yesterday. Thank you. Jack was serenading me with his music. It was so romantic.
Maybe because he's in a band. He's used to playing in front of a lot of people. He's a pretty good musician. He's not really shy or anything like that. He's always friendly with anyone new he meets. He's got the gift of the gab. Quite a talent, if you ask me.
You're so lucky to have a husband like Jack. So attractive and free. How'd you end up so lucky? You really get the best of everything.
It's not really like that, and you know it. I have what I have because I'm a good person. You two were pretty loud last night, laughing and stuff. What did you guys talk about?
We didn't drink all that much. Well, I guess compared to you, we did. You are missing out on all the fun of being tipsy.
It's okay. I have other stuff I enjoy doing. I left around 6 a.m. for work. When did you finally get up?
Well, I think it was around noonish, maybe a little bit after. I finally got to sleep in.
Don't you sleep in every day?
Kinda, but usually only until like 11.
And you took off after that?
Not quite. I was planning to, but then Jack and I started talking about poker, and man, does he know a lot.
Yeah, he sure does. He plays at least a couple of times a week with his friends. You were into poker at some point in your life too, right?
Yep. We actually went to one of the casinos nearby to play a little bit.
Are you serious? What about Johnny?
We dropped him off at the babysitter's place and went just the two of us.
Are you freaking joking? You drop my son off at the babysitter's place and run off to the casino with my husband. What's wrong with you? Why do you always end up doing something like this?
What's wrong with that? Of course we were going to take a little kid with us to the casino. Why are you so mad?
Because it's wrong. What is the matter with you two? Jack's always complaining how he doesn't make enough money at his job, and this is what he does?
Come on, sis. Jack was on fire at the tables. He was winning hands left and right.
I don't care whether he won or lost. The fact that you two dropped off our little boy at the babysitter's place and then went gambling is the problem. Don't you see anything wrong with that? I get Johnny's still young, but what do you think he's going to think of his father when he grows up watching this type of behavior?
Oh, geez, you're blowing this way out of proportion. Why do you always do this? He ended up making a bunch of money at the tables. You should be happy and thankful.
I'd rather him not make that money and watch his own son instead of dropping him off at some babysitter's place. Why is this so hard to get into your head?
You really don't get it, do you? You are so hard-headed. You don't understand me, nor do you understand your own husband. We are free spirits and don't want something like a job holding us down.
What are you talking about not understanding Jack? He is my husband after all. Maybe you're right. On one hand, his lifestyle isn't something that I would choose for myself, but I do love him.
Jack was so drunk last night, and you know what? He spent pretty much the entire night complaining about you. He had a lot to say.
Complaining about me? Like what?
About you trying to push him to get another job. Something real is how he put it. You know, like how you always bring it up to him. He says that's the one thing he hates the most about you.
I think that's quite normal for a wife to say. Jack is almost 30. Her son is almost 6 years old already. He's starting school this year.
What's that have to do with anything? Jack is a musician, an artist. You can't just trample all over his dreams like this. Isn't it your job as his wife to support whatever he wants to do?
All right, sis, you don't need to get all defensive about this situation. This really is none of your business.
I'm just trying to help, and you repay me by telling me to shut my mouth? That's great.
Anything going on between Jack and I is no one's concern but ours. We talk about our future together a lot. He knows where I stand and what needs to be done for our family, I think.
Whatever. I was just trying to help your relationship. I'm just wasting my time, aren't I? Anyway, all I know is that I had a ton of fun hanging out with you and especially hanging out with Jack. I'll make sure to find some time to come visit you guys again.
You don't have to come visit us anymore, sis.
Hey Ash, are you around?
I'm about to head to work now. What's up? I have a few minutes before I have to leave.
Well, you see, I have a favor to ask you.
Again? What, are you gonna ask me for money again?
No, it's not even like that. Stop jumping to conclusions even before I speak.
I know you too well.
I found this bookie who's able to fix some sports games I want to bet on. Can I borrow just a little bit for a game? 100% chance that I'll win because I know who's gonna win.
You're gambling again? No way. I already told you I'm not gonna let you borrow any more money. What about that didn't you understand?
Please, come on. It's a sure win. The bigger I bet, the more money is guaranteed to come back. It has to be today, though. The game is for tonight. I need to hurry. This is my big chance to win big and have a little money for life. You can help me out, right?
You need to stop contacting me about this type of stuff. I'm not gonna lend you any money, especially to gamble away.
Sis, I never ask you for anything. This time is super serious. If you let me borrow this, I can pay you back everything I ever owed you.
I can't. You know I can't and I won't.
Fine. I'm gonna get another payday advance and pay the crazy fees and interest. Can you please co-sign for the loan? I can get more money at a better rate if you do.
You don't stop, do you? What in the world made you think that asking me to co-sign some loan you want to use for gambling is okay? I cannot fathom what is going through your head right now. You know what you've just told me is illegal, right?
I don't have anyone else that'll co-sign for me. You have to do me this favor. Pretty please. It's not like it's a ton of money and I'll make sure to make the payments, I promise.
There is zero possibility that I will help you out. Ever. Never in a million years. Get that through your head.
I've got to leave home so I can wait in line. Come on. I'm in a hurry if you didn't realize. I wouldn't be asking you otherwise.
Just stop. Stop all of this crap. Stop asking me all this weird stuff.
Fine, whatever. I was stupid to even bring this up to you.
Yes, you were very stupid to think I'll co-sign your gambling debts.
I can't believe my own sister won't even help me out in a time of need.
You want to go gambling? That's all I have to say.
You are the worst sibling anyone could ever have.
Come on, sis. You have to realize what you're doing to yourself. You really need to get your life together. Quit gambling. Quit drinking. Quit being this free spirit and get a job.
I've had enough of you. What you say doesn't matter to me. I'm out of time. Shouldn't have even tried to ask for help from you. You're too stingy to help out anyway. Bye.
Hey, Julie. Hey, Julie, answer me now.
Jesus, what is it? What do you want?
You broke into my house, didn't you?
What? Oh, no, I didn't break in at all. Why do you always jump to conclusions? I stopped by again and Jack was nice enough to invite me in. He's so nice, you know. Since when is it a crime to visit my own little sister's house? Anyone else would love the company.
I'm missing my stuff. You have the nerve to come into my house and take something that belongs to me.
What are you talking about? What's missing? Why am I always the first to blame?
You know exactly what is missing. My ATM cards and cash and my wallet. It was you, wasn't it? I know it was. There's no place else it can be. I didn't just misplace my stuff. I can't believe you would do such a thing.
No way was it me. Come now, who do you think I am? I have better stuff to do than to mess with you.
There literally is no one else in my home that could have done this. You're the only one around here brazen enough to do something like that, even if it causes harm to other people. This isn't the first time you've stolen money from me. You did this same thing to me years ago when I was in high school. I was saving up money to buy a car. I even told you I was. Have you been planning this for a while? The money you took this time was over $10,000. You need to give it back.
You need to stop telling me what to do and stop pointing fingers when you have no evidence. Fine, I'll admit it. I stole your cards and cash and even took some out at the bank with your ID. I was so happy that I could pass for you still. I'm not giving any of it back though.
See, I knew it. You are a sad person to do something like this to your own family. But Jack was there the whole time. How'd you get it past him?
Are you joking? I'm your sister. I know where you would think to hide things. When Jack got up to use the restroom, I snuck into your room and ruffled things around a little and found the stash pretty quickly. There was no challenge at all.
I worked hard to save up that money. That was for my family's future. For myself and Jack and Johnny. How can you stand there and admit you've stolen from me? I really need that money back. Please?
No way in hell am I giving it back. I can't even give it back if I wanted to. I've spent it all.
What do you mean spent it all? How do you spend 10 grand in a couple days? Spent it on what? Oh, Jesus, you gambled it away?
Oh, it wasn't just that. You know, a few things here and there. I had some debts I wanted to pay off, so I took care of those. Remember last time? I told you how I was suffering because I had no money. Well, you sure helped your sister out. What a great thing for you to do.
Not of my own free will, I didn't. This is something that I will never forget. I will never forgive you. And I will have you pay the money back if it's the last thing I do.
Good luck. I already told you I spent it all. There's no getting it back. You need to quit. Get over it. Why don't you live and let live? You can't change anything that's already happened. Now can you? Give it up.
Julie, are you there?
Why are you contacting me so early? It's barely light out. What time do you think it is? I don't wake up for another few hours.
I don't care. I need to ask you something. This is more pressing than you getting sleep.
What is it? Hurry up, I'm going to sleep again.
You and Jack, you're having an affair, aren't you?
What? Come on, what are you talking about? There you go with your stories. Why would you say something as silly as that? Do you really think I could do something like that to my own sister?
Jack's been acting super weird. He hasn't been himself. So I sat him down and I asked him straight up. You think he would have tried to make up some excuse, but he had no problem telling me the truth about you two. Now I need to hear it from you so I know for sure it's true.
See, even he doesn't think it's a big deal. I mean, it's totally natural. We can't help it that we're attracted to each other. I think anyone else in my situation would have done the same thing.
That is absolutely mind-blowing. How can you be so blasé? You are my sister and you decided to sleep with my husband? Was it only once?
Well,
no, it doesn't matter. And no, not everyone in your situation would have done the same thing. Only you would do something like this. Of course, Jack is to blame here as well, but you are as much in the wrong. This is just crazy.
Don't be like that. Jack and I have so much in common. It's like we were meant to be together. We're super comfortable with each other. Maybe even more so than you are.
All right. You are a disgusting person. You ruin your life and on top of that do everything you can to ruin mine. You know what? I don't care. I'm over it.
Really? I'm glad you agree. Finally, you're talking some sense.
You deserve Jack. You guys should start a relationship. Maybe even get married. I've wanted to leave him for a while now. You've given me a good reason to do so.
Wow, thanks. I didn't think you'd take it so well. See how easy things are when you accept reality?
Accept reality. Good one. Go ahead and be with Jack, but I have one condition. That you also take care of Johnny.
I don't know about that.
It's an ultimatum, not a request.
Fine. If you're really okay with that too, I guess we can figure this out.
Yes, I am. I'm good with that.
I guess I have every right to raise Johnny and be his new mom. Great. I love kids so much. This is fantastic. We're gonna do so much as a little family.
I'm happy for you. I hope you can stick with this long term.
What if little Johnny starts to miss his mommy? What do we do?
It'll be fine. I'm sure he'll adjust after a while.
Okay. You really are a cold person.
Alrighty, my hands are clean. I'm done. I'm gonna let Jack know that we discussed this and everything is okay. I'll let him know about our divorce too. I hope you have a wonderful life together.
Great, you're the best, sis. Thanks for taking this so well. I'm gonna have a family to look after from now on. How exciting! Thanks for handling the whole divorce thing.
Yep, don't worry about it.
Ashley, I need your help right away. Please?
What do you want all of a sudden? Did something happen with Jack?
Well, no, not exactly. We have some debt collectors harassing us now.
Are you serious? You borrowed even more money. My lawyers haven't even sent over the demand letter for all of the expenses you owe me. You're gonna need to pay me pretty soon.
Why would I have to pay you for anything? You're making things up again.
Because you caused major financial damages from what you did. My husband and I got divorced because he was cheating on me with you. The victim, me in this case, has every right to file for financial damages that occurred.
There's no way we're gonna be able to pay you. I have other stuff that's way more important than paying you.
Can't you just get a job and pay?
Both Jack and I only have part-time jobs. There's no way we can afford anything else. We're struggling to keep things going. Our monthly budget is always in the red. We have nothing.
Why don't you actually go out and look for a real job? Maybe something that pays more than minimum wage. You just don't want to work. You've been like that ever since I can remember. Aren't you tired of scraping by? I bet the two of you just sleep late and gamble all day. What a wonderful life you must have.
What's it to you? How does the way we live affect you in any way? Leave me alone.
Right back at you. But you're gonna have to pay me my money soon. I need it just as much as the next guy.
I don't know how many times I have to say this, but there is no way I'm gonna be able to pay you a dime. We're up to our necks in debt here. We're getting calls all day long. It just keeps growing and growing, even if we pay some every month. These interest rates are ridiculous.
Maybe you should have planned things better. Both of you decided you didn't want to have a normal work life and just do the bare minimum to even eat. Multiply that with how much it costs to keep your gambling habit going. Anyone can see this was in no way sustainable.
I can't believe you're saying this to me now. Can't you see that I am suffering? Little Johnny's a handful too. I didn't realize how much kids cost. He's starting school soon too. We have to get him some school supplies and stuff. I don't know how we're gonna handle that.
This is only the beginning. I'm surprised you didn't think of any of this. Actually, no, I'm not. Kids cost quite a lot.
Just because you gave up your own kid, you think you can talk like this? What kind of a mother are you anyway? I cannot believe what type of person you are. So selfish. You should take responsibility for your child, not just throw him at me.
What? Me? His mother?
Yes, you. His mother. Johnny's mother. How can you say this and be happy with yourself?
Oh, right. I guess you didn't know. After you dropped out of school and ran away from home, you stopped talking to all of us, so I guess you really don't know what's going on. You don't even know about my life during my 20s or anything about Jack.
What? What are you talking about? What about you and Jack? What is there to know? Never mind, I don't have time for that. All I know is that we're completely out of money. Whatever else there is, that can be put aside.
So, how much are you in debt now?
Why do I have to let you in on every little thing? Why are you so nosy? Stop putting your nose in business that's not yours.
Just pay me for the damages that you caused me and we'll be done. We won't have to talk at all after you do that.
Like I'll ever do that.
What? Do you have any other bright ideas to make things better?
Yep, I sure do. I've got a great idea that you're gonna like. Well, I know that I think it's a great idea. You're Johnny's mother, right?
Why on earth are you asking me a question like that? Have you not been paying attention?
Then you should pay for his school costs and everything else. It's the least you can do.
Is that what you think? How'd you come up with this stroke of genius? School costs, you say? You think I'm responsible for all of his school costs.
Yep, that's right. The parents are supposed to pay for everything. It's the right thing to do.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything from Jack?
What? What's he supposed to tell me?
Gosh, well, I think Jack should be the one who tells you, not me.
Shut up about all that. Hurry up and tell me. I don't have all day.
Like I said, it's not really my position to tell you anything about this.
Nonsense. That's total nonsense, and you're gonna tell me. Tell me now. And while you're at it, you should hand over $300,000 for the entire amount of money it costs to raise a child. That won't fix everything, but it'll make up a little bit for being such a bad mother.
You're crazy. Where did you pull this 300K number from? How does that add up at all?
Are you joking? To put Johnny into a boarding school for the rest of his life, it doesn't come cheap around here.
You want to put him into a boarding school until he's 18. Well, I suppose that would probably be better than having him living with you guys. I imagine it would cost more than $300,000 though. Either way, you're crazy if you think I'm going to pay for it.
You better do whatever it takes to pay. Go borrow some money from the bank and take a loan. I don't care. You're a nurse. You must have good credit still.
Jeez. So again, I'll repeat myself. But I am not going to borrow anything, nor will I pay you anything. Get this through your head.
Are you seriously saying that you don't care what happens with your own son? Your blood? Fine. I'm just going to tell him what his mother thinks of him. I'll tell him everything you said.
Do whatever you like. Have at it.
Ashley, I need you to pay me the money for Johnny.
Holy moly, you're persistent. What's wrong with you? Did you ask Jack what I was talking about?
Yep, sure did. When I told him about the money you're refusing to pay us, he said we can try to bill you for it and even get an attorney at some point to force you to pay child support.
Oh, wow. So Jack hasn't told you anything. I was hoping he'd man up and tell you the truth, but I see that isn't going to materialize. All right, well, if he's not going to tell you, then I reluctantly will.
What are you talking about?
Johnny is not my kid.
What? What do you mean? But you were living together.
Johnny is Jack's son. He was my stepson. I treated him like my own, but I don't have any financial responsibility since Jack and I are divorced.
Oh, wow. I had no idea. I just thought that you were his mom.
I was, just not his biological mother. Johnny is a cute kid. He did nothing wrong, of course. When it was the three of us, we lived as a happy family. We'd watch TV together and go out to eat. It was great until you entered the picture.
Oh, so you're not actually his biological mother? So what does that mean? How does that change anything? Where is Johnny's mother then? We're gonna have to make her contribute financially to help raise Johnny. Who is she? Tell me so I can contact her right away.
If you give me a second to respond, I'll tell you what I know. His mother ran off as soon as he was born. We haven't seen or heard from her at all. This was way before Jack and I started dating, of course.
No way.
So Jack was a single father for a while and then we met. I think Johnny was about 3 years old then. Jack and I fell in love and got married soon after that. So I've been raising Johnny as my own, really.
But then what about all of his expenses and the support he needs to grow up?
Unfortunately, Jack and I are separated and I do not have that responsibility any longer. That lies on you and Jack now. I care for Johnny, but unfortunately, I am not his biological mother.
But how can you just abandon him?
Jack is his father. I didn't want to take him away from him, and I doubt I could have, even if I wanted to, no matter how much of a dirtbag he is. You and Jack are together now, and Johnny is his child. You'll have to figure something out. Maybe get a real job, you know? The three of you can live a happy life together if his parents take some responsibility. I think that's the only option you really have.
But we have so much debt now, I don't think it's possible at all.
You reap what you sow. Have you heard that one? You need to learn to live responsibly like an adult. You are not getting any younger, sis. I'm still expecting you and Jack to pay for my damages. I absolutely will take this back to court if you don't pay.
Court? Come on, let's be reasonable.
What? Don't you think it's only fair? You stole so much from me. Money, my husband, my dignity. What else do you want? Maybe you'll finally feel the pain of taking responsibility for the harm you've caused in my life. Not just my life either, actually.
Sure, whatever you say.
About 6 months later, my sister and Jack split up and filed for divorce. It seems like my sister got fed up with everything and decided to go cheat on him with someone else. They both had no clue what they were doing with their lives, especially their finances. Having a serious relationship when you don't have your own stuff figured out is obviously tricky. In my sister's and Jack's case, it led to their demise. They ended up trying to sue each other for damages they'd caused each other. It was such a mess that I won't even go into detail. Their gambling debts by this time had grown into tens of thousands of dollars they didn't have. My parents have basically disowned Julie. It's sad, but I think it's a reality check she needed. I just heard recently that my sister actually filed for bankruptcy. Hopefully she can use that as a learning experience and grow from her mistakes. Me, I'm doing just fine. I don't have much in my life, but I'm happy with where I am and happy with where I'm headed. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. See you next time.